angle. So I'm not sitting on the floor today because every time I sit on the floor my leg falls asleep, so I was like I should just sit on the couch, but I feel like there's so much, and this light, I don't know. It's really dark because it's really early. It's like 7 o'clock in the morning. So it's not very bright. I feel like it's better. I'm just gonna go with that. So, hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing quite a substantial haul. I think I mentioned, or maybe I didn't mention, but I don't, even though I love thrifting, I don't actually do it that often. Usually it's like once every 2 or 3 months, aside from occasionally going into like the Salvation Army or something with like $20. I just try to, I would much rather just like save my money and then go and do like a big trip where I go to a bunch of different places. Usually I end up doing this like not where I live because we don't really have great thrift stores where I live, unfortunately, which is probably a good thing because I feel like if we had a Value Village here, I probably would go thrifting a lot more. So anyway, I just went and visited my mom and my grandma, like where I grew up, and they have a ton of thrift stores there, and they're really pretty good ones. So I did some shopping while I was there. So I'm gonna break it up into 2 different videos because I got a lot of Christmas stuff. Christmas was like the main thing I was looking for, vintage Christmas things, which I did have a lot of luck with, but I was hoping for better results. But it's okay. It's okay. But I did get a lot of cool things that are not Christmas related, so that's what this video is. So I'm just gonna jump in and get started because I feel like I'm always talking. I just like rambling a lot. So yeah. Anyway, so this isn't really in any order, but I have stuff like out here. So I went to Value Village. I went to, there's a thrift store that is for the SPCA there, where all the money goes to, like the SPCA, which is really cool because I love animals. And it's pretty good. They usually have really good prices because it's like nonprofit. And I went to the Salvation Army, which I have a Salvation Army here, but it's really tiny and they don't have much outside of just clothing, which is something that I rarely thrift for. But where they live, it's quite large. And I did have a lot of good luck there with Christmas stuff. But I think we went to the SPCA store first, but this, I got this. This was like $7, I think. Yeah, on the bottom it says $19.79. It's funny, my bathroom is like yellow and green, so it matches perfect, and I'd been thinking about like wanting to get one. And when I went to my grandma's house, my grandma's super modern. She doesn't really have much of anything from like the past, I guess. Like all of her stuff is new. Her house could literally be like in a magazine. It's just beautiful. But when I was at her house, she does have one of these, and she still had it, but it's blue. But anyway, so I just thought it was cool that it's like the same as my grandma's, but a different color. And it's odd that she still has that because most everything is like not old in her house, which is really unfortunate because she got rid of all this stuff years ago, and I would have loved to have so much stuff from her house, but such is life. And yeah, I'm not gonna bother trying to do this like in what I got from what store because it's all just mixed up together. Okay, so I went to this other store too that's just like a local, I think it's nonprofit as well. At the time when we were there, I didn't realize nothing had a price on it, which annoys me to no end. Just nothing had a price. So I wasn't really seeing a ton of stuff. In hindsight now, I realized that they're probably really busy. We got there like 20 minutes before closing. They had practically nothing in the store. It was like, this is such bullshit. I did get a few things, but in hindsight, they probably are really, really busy because everything in the fucking store was like a quarter, which completely shocks me still. And if I had have known that everything was so cheap, I probably would have maybe got a couple more things that I was like on the fence about, but I had no idea how much stuff costs. So it was like, you know, I don't want to spend, like, I don't want to overspend on things, I guess. But I collected vintage salt and pepper shakers. So I did get this cute set of owls, which are probably, they kind of look 70s to me. They don't have they just say made in Japan on the bottom. And they also came with, I'm assuming it's probably for like honey maybe, but like a big owl with that. So those were only a quarter a piece. So, but I like them. And then I also got this dish there. It's like for like dip and chips. It has like a recipe for onion soup dip. I was kind of, I don't know, I just felt really drawn to it. It reminded me of like something that would have been in my parents' house when I was a kid. So I got that, and then I got another thing, but I'll just get to that later, because it's like in the bottom of the bag. So in salt and pepper shaker news, I really love cute salt and pepper shakers. I don't really find ones that I like love that much, but I found these and I was so excited. I think they're super cute. They look really old. It just says Japan on the bottom, but they're like these, I guess they're like chickens because of this here, but they were only $2. They, I have the Left and Bluebird salt and pepper shakers. I just actually found them recently. I've never seen these online before because I do look at stuff a lot, but I was really excited. I feel like they'll just match really perfectly. I like really cute, like pastel, but I just don't find them very often, so I was really excited to find those. And these actually aren't salt and pepper shakers, but I think I'll just put them with my salt and pepper shakers because I have like Tiffany blue colored skunk salt and pepper shakers. So they're just these black and white skunks. They were 50 cents each, and I think those came from the SPCA store. And then this, I don't know about this either. It says it's Gift Craft, which I'm not sure if that's just a Canadian brand or not, but I see that logo a lot. It's just this like girl, she's kind of like a flower, like tulip, I guess. It's really cute. I think I'm gonna display it with my like pastel salt and pepper shakers. It was only 50 cents. I got up at like 4:30 this morning in desperate need of much coffee. And then I got this at Value Village. It's just like a little thing. It's like two birds. It's kind of like iridescent. This was at Value Village for $6, which I think this was like a maybe for me, and then I just ended up getting it because I remember thinking it's not worth $6, but I got it. Basically, I got this because I had an unfortunate incident with a 70-year-old mirror, like big mirror on top of my fireplace. It kind of fell down and turned to dust essentially, and on everything that was on the fireplace came down and broke too, which I'm still sad about. But luckily I didn't have anything like super old or expensive on there, thankfully. But I did have something similar to this that I loved. This one's kind of pink toned, but it was just cream toned, and it was a swan, and I just used to keep a lighter and like tea lights in there, like in the living room, so that they were concealed but readily, like easily accessible. So I've been missing having it, so I've just been looking for something to replace that, and I figured, that will do. So, but I don't think it was worth $6 at all. And then this is one of my favorite finds. I'm obsessed with like cute vintage glasses. So I found a set of 5 of these. I think they were 50 cents each, maybe $1. But I love them so much. I do think it's really funny how small coffee cups were in the past. Like, that is so tiny compared to, like, I don't know, just, but they're super cute, so I was really happy. And then I'm super festive. I love decorating for like holidays and seasons, so whenever I see like older looking decorations for different seasons, I'm always excited to get them. So I found this bag of like just candles. 2 of them are like Easter eggs, and then there's like 2 like chicks. It was only $2, so I got that. I don't find that much vintage decor like out of season, so I was kind of excited because I'm looking for more vintage Easter things. And this is another one of my favorite things that I got. I've been looking for these forever. They're not exactly what I was looking for, but I'm super excited, and they came in the box, which I love. But they're these like party snack tray things. I love that they came in the box. It's basically like a kind of a, and they came with the like original like paper telling you how to use them, but there's 8 of them, and they're basically like these trays where you put your like fingers in here, and your glass would go here, so you can like hold it and then put a snack here, you know, be able to. Anyway, they look brand new. They don't look like they were ever used. There's 2 green ones, 2 yellow ones, 2 white ones, and then these like translucent color. Love it. It's only $4. The ones that I was looking for, they're a little bit different. Instead of the cup just sitting on it, the cup goes like down inside, and then you hold that part, and then the tray is like on the top here. But I guess you couldn't really put like coffee cups on those ones because, you know, it wouldn't be able to go down inside. So maybe they're better. This, I think, is my favorite thing that I got, and I almost didn't get it. I don't know why. Sometimes I'll see something that I really like, but I'll be hesitant to get it if I think, like, do I really need this, or do I really, like, is this going to add value to my life? I don't know, but I'm so glad that I got it because it's my favorite thing. So it's this book called Film Review. It's from 1946, and it basically just has a review of the movies that were released in 1946, and just different it's so cool, just like different like film things that happened in film in that year. And in between the pages of the movies, it has like full page photos of like actresses. So it has like their name and like the studio they worked for. So like Vivian Blaine, 20th Century Fox. I'm pretty sure there's like yeah, like I'm pretty sure like, oh, it even has actors too, I guess. It's like James Craig, Metro Goldwyn. Yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's so cool. I can't wait to like read it. There's just like so many, oh my god, it's so crazy. It's like Margaret O'Brien, she's like a kid, MGM. Yeah, it's just the coolest thing, and I don't know why I was so hesitant about it. I just thought, do I really need it? I don't know. It was only $2 though, so I was looking at it for a long time thinking about it, and then I was like, you know what, the guy came over, he's like, oh, this whole table is $2, so I was like, okay, for $2 I should get it. But this like almost made me cry because I'm such a huge Disney fan, like for like a vintage, like Disney fan, I guess I should say. So like pre like 1980s Disney. Like I love old Disney. And they have this whole section for Disney, which was like still very young at this time. And so there's talking about like during the war, Disney released a lot of like propaganda type movies. So they're talking about like the next film that they were coming out with at this time when the book was released was Song of the South. And then it's talking about like the movies that are upcoming, so like Alice in Wonderland and Lady and the Tramp, Peter Pan. It's just, I don't know, it's just cool. So they have some like stills from those that they were working on. It just made me really, really happy. So I think that's definitely my favorite thing. I feel like this video is gonna be so long. So then I also I have a vintage TV from the 1970s, like a big floor model, like wooden cabinet TV, and I love watching. It still works, so I can still watch stuff on it. I love watching like old movies on there, so I have like a VCR hooked up to it. So you can usually find VHS tapes really cheap. I find it pretty easy to find older ones too, because it's, I don't know, people probably aren't as into old movies as I am. So I got a few of those. I have this Bing Crosby Going My Way. I found Gone with the Wind. I've been looking for that for a while. I'm super excited about this too. I think it's National Velvet with Elizabeth Taylor. I just recently watched a documentary about Elizabeth Taylor, so I'm pretty sure this was like her first like major like starring movie. She's like still a kid. And then I found this box set of Marilyn Monroe. So it has Gentlemen Prefer Blondes, The 7-Year Itch, and Let's Make Love. I don't actually have any of Marilyn Monroe's movies, so I was excited about that. And then it's weird, I just posted a like vintage record collection, and in that video I showed that I had the soundtrack for American Graffiti, and it made me want, when I after I was done filming it, I was like, oh, I really like want to find that movie, and then so I found it. I also collect vintage cookbooks, but just the Better Homes and Gardens ones, and I have a few Betty Crocker ones, but I try to just like limit it because I don't want to end up with like tons. Mostly I love looking at like the photos inside. I don't know, it's a bit of an obsession, but I did find one that I didn't already have called Cake Decorating. It's really cool on the back, or oh, it's the same photo. It's like a school bus. It's pretty cool. This was from 1981, I think, or 1983, but I have them all the way back to the 60s. And then I did find some records, not too many, but I got this soundtrack for Pal Joey. I like love this. I love the aesthetic on this one here, but it has Judy Garland and Gene Kelly is like the very first thing up there, so I was like, yeah, definitely getting that. I got another Nat Cole record. I love Nat Cole. I got a Sammy Davis Jr. record as well. It has the song Candyman on it. I can't wait to listen to it. This I'm so excited about. I'm pretty sure I have this VHS, and if I don't, I need to find it immediately, but I got Around the World in 80 Days, and I freaking love like the whole aesthetic of this. Like, love it so much. And then I also got this like piano style. It's like Echoes of Italy, so it's like, you know, Italian piano music. I love like that kind of background music. And then I also got a Beethoven record because I love classical music, but I didn't have any Beethoven, so yeah, I got that. And then I just got a couple more things. So I collect vintage aprons. This isn't a vintage apron, but it's kind of vintage-y style. It's really cute, and I love Disney, so it's like a Minnie Mouse apron, and it has mini on it. And I got this at Value Village for $4. And then I got a couple of costume jewelry. I love like I have a couple of these just like costume like pearls. I have black and white ones and I really want mint green ones. They probably just look white on camera, but they're mint green, so I was excited to find those. And then I really wanted like a really light pink pair. These are like barely noticeable that they're pink, so I know it's not going to show up on camera, but it's kind of like just the slightest tint of pink, so I was excited to find those. I think they're just $1 each, super cheap. And then I got these earrings because they reminded me of costume jewelry that would be like in my grandma's jewelry box. They're just like these green stones. And it's funny because when I was at my grandma's house visiting her, they were decorating her tree for Christmas, and in the box of ornaments was a earring very similar to this, just a different color. And it was a clip-on earring though, 'cause it's really old. And she's like, oh, that was my mom's. And she just puts it on her tree every year, so that's why it's in there. And I just thought, oh, that's so funny that I bought those because they reminded me of my grandma. And then I'm at my grandma's and she has one of her mom's, so interesting. And then lastly, I love getting vintage like nightgowns and like robes. But it's not that easy to find them anymore, I don't feel like. But I was hesitant about getting this too, probably because it was at Value Village and the price, but I ended up getting it. And now I'm really happy because I think it's really cute, but it's yellow and it has like 2 straps like that. And it has this cute like lace here. It's just pretty long. And there's lace on the bottom. And then it just came with the like overcoat piece, which actually is cute. It's like 3/4 length sleeves with lace, but it was $8, I think. Yeah, it was $7.99. So I was debating on whether or not to get it, but once I got home and looked at it, I was like, actually, I do really, really like it. And then at that store I talked about at the very beginning of the video where everything was $1/4, I saw this one too, and I wasn't sure I wanted to get it because I didn't know how much anything was, and sometimes they can be really expensive. But it's this pink one with a bow, which I think is really cute, and it's long too. But it was only $1/4. So had I known that, because they did have a few more there, I probably would have got them. They actually had, so sad because I've been looking for like this exact thing, but they had like what they call a bed jacket there, and it was mint green, but it was like short sleeves. It was so cute, but it had a stain on it. But knowing that it was only $1/4, I probably would have bought it anyway and then tried to get the stain out. I don't know. But anyway, that's it for this video. It's probably like a half-hour long. But yeah, I don't really do this very often. It's usually like once every few months. And this was like, it was just my birthday a couple of weeks ago, so it was kind of like what I wanted to do. I'm pretty simple in my ways, I guess. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time with like all the Christmas stuff that I got. Bye.
You think you've flown before, but babe, you ain't left the ground. Just wait till you're locked in my embrace. Wait till I draw you near, and wait till you see that sunshine place. Ain't nothing like it here, baby.